Welcome to Architecture Bliss channel. What if your kitchen could tell two stories at once? One rooted in rustic simplicity and the other glowing with Mediterranean grace. Imagine stepping through an arched doorway into a space that feels both familiar and exotic, cozy yet refined. Morning light streams through arched windows, washing across reclaimed wooden beams and polished stone countertops. You hear the quiet hum of a kettle, smell the faint trace of citrus and herbs in the air. It's the heart of the home reimagined, the modern Farmhouse Hacienda kitchen, a style fusion that captures both timeless tradition and effortless sophistication. This isn't just about design, it's about emotion, about living in a space that reflects warmth, soul, and artistry in every corner. You see, the beauty of blending modern farmhouse charm with hacienda allure lies in balance. The farmhouse offers honesty and simplicity. The hacienda adds depth, texture, and passion. Together, they create a kitchen that feels grounded yet luxurious, rustic yet radiant. Picture a room framed by exposed beams, archways that curve like a soft smile, window treatments that filter sunlight into gold. The materials, distressed wood, stone, brass, and wrought iron, speak their own language, telling stories of craftsmanship and culture. If this fusion excites you, stay tuned, because in this video, we'll explore how to bring this captivating harmony into your own home. And if you find yourself inspired, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow design lovers, and leave a comment below about your dream kitchen style. Let's start with the foundation, the architecture. In any great design, structure sets the stage for emotion. The modern Farmhouse Hacienda kitchen thrives on contrast, where strength meets softness. Look up. Exposed wooden beams draw your gaze across the ceiling, adding rhythm and depth. They tell a story of permanence, of homes that age gracefully. Beneath them, smooth plaster or lime-washed walls in gentle hues, cream, sand, or clay, soften the visual weight, giving the room air and light. The archways do more than connect rooms. They create transitions that feel organic, inviting you to move slowly, to linger. Whether framing a doorway or carved into a niche, those arches echo centuries of Mediterranean artistry adapted for today's homes. Material choice is where this design truly sings. Distressed wood carries nostalgia. Its imperfections become the fingerprints of authenticity. Pair that with sleek stone surfaces, travertine, quartzite, or honed marble, and you have a dialogue between texture and refinement. The secret is in the contrast, rough against smooth, matte beside glossy, warm beside cool. Imagine a kitchen island with a reclaimed oak base topped by pale limestone. Add cabinets in muted ivory tones, their edges softened by time, and finish them with aged brass handles. Above, a wrought iron chandelier anchors the scene, while terracotta pots and linen runners add quiet personality. Color builds mood here. The modern farmhouse palette leans toward simplicity, whites, taupes, soft grays, while the Hacienda palette adds the heartbeat: terracotta, olive, mustard, and umber. Together, they form a symphony of warmth and calm. Think creamy cabinets offset by a backsplash of hand-painted tiles or rustic pottery adding color where it's least expected. The walls might whisper neutrality, but the accents sing: a copper pan, a woven rug, a ceramic vase glazed in cobalt blue. It's a celebration of imperfection and texture, the art of letting materials breathe. Lighting brings the whole story to life. Instead of sterile overheads, opt for fixtures that add romance and history. Iron lantern pendants with frosted glass, sconces shaped like old courtyard lights, and candles in hurricane jars create an atmosphere that shifts with the day. Natural light, however, remains the hero. Arched windows dressed in sheer linen allow sunshine to spill in, transforming textures with every hour. As the sun sets, shadows stretch across the beams, and your kitchen begins to glow from within. Light, in this design language, isn't just functional, it's emotional. Textures tie every element together. A farmhouse apron sink pairs seamlessly with Spanish-style tile backsplashes. Reclaimed barn doors become statement pieces when fitted with wrought iron handles. Mix jute rugs with clay pottery, and wood stools with leather seats. Each touch tells a story of travel and time, of lives intertwined across cultures. The key is harmony, not perfection. Allow the textures to contrast, but let their tones remain in conversation. Now imagine the window treatments, an often overlooked detail. In a farmhouse, they're simple and functional. In a hacienda, they're romantic and expressive. The fusion calls for balance. Woven shades that filter sunlight or soft cotton drapes that move with the breeze. The goal is to bring nature inside, blurring the boundary between indoor warmth and outdoor light. Place a few potted herbs on the sill: rosemary, thyme, basil. Their scent mingles with the air, reminding you that beauty can be practical too. Flooring defines the mood underfoot. Terracotta tiles exude rustic soul, their warm tones grounding the space in earthiness. Wide plank oak or hickory wood brings farmhouse familiarity. Some homeowners even combine both. stone near the stove and wood near the dining area, creating zones without walls. Rugs too layer the design. A faded kilim beneath the table adds history, while a jute runner near the sink softens the step. It's these subtle textural contrasts that make the room feel lived in, not staged. Let's talk about hardware, the jewelry of your kitchen. Wrought iron handles, brass knobs, copper light switches. The interplay of metal tones defines this style's elegance. Iron grounds the eye, brass reflects warmth. When combined, they create a rhythm that feels intentional yet spontaneous. Picture a black iron pot rack holding copper pans that gleam like the setting sun. Every piece feels like it belongs, even though no two are identical. Storage and organization reflect the spirit of both worlds. From the farmhouse, we borrow built-in cabinetry with open shelves that proudly display artisan ceramics and glass jars. From the hacienda, we borrow bold niches and arches for recessed storage or decorative alcoves. Together, they create depth. Display your olive oil bottles beside hand-painted plates. Hang dried chilies and herbs where they catch the afternoon light. The kitchen becomes not just a workspace, but a visual story, a living canvas of culture and comfort. In this fusion, functionality never sacrifices beauty. Farmhouse sensibility demands usability. Hacienda design celebrates expression. The result is practical elegance. A farmhouse island becomes a social hub, while a tiled backsplash doubles as art. The stove might sit beneath an arched hood lined with handcrafted tiles, a subtle nod to Spanish kitchens. Even your seating, wooden stools with woven backs or upholstered benches with nail head trim, echoes the balance of comfort and craft. Beyond visual aesthetics lies emotion. The modern Farmhouse Hacienda kitchen is designed for connection. It's where family gathers to knead bread, where conversations linger long after the dishes are cleared, where morning light meets the first sip of coffee, the sound of sizzling olive oil, the scent of lime and rosemary. It's sensory storytelling. In these moments, design transcends trend. It becomes memory. Let's step outside the visual for a moment and consider what this fusion represents philosophically. The farmhouse celebrates honesty, craftsmanship, and everyday living. The hacienda celebrates heritage, artistry, and community. Together, they remind us that a kitchen is not just a room, it's the soul of the home. The archways invite gathering. The beams represent endurance. The mix of stone and wood speaks of duality, strength and tenderness. And within that duality lies beauty. When designing your own modern farmhouse hacienda kitchen, focus on authenticity and timeless craftsmanship. Choose natural materials that age beautifully: reclaimed wood, honed stone, wrought iron, and antique brass. Each carrying a story of use and warmth. Embrace finishes that reveal history rather than conceal it. A countertop's soft patina and brass hardware's gentle tarnish add soulful depth. These subtle imperfections are not flaws but expressions of life and character. True design isn't about perfection. It's about connection, harmony, and honoring the daily rituals that make your home genuinely meaningful. Decor and accessories become the final brushstrokes that define a modern farmhouse hacienda kitchen. Picture terracotta pots with miniature olive trees, hand-woven baskets brimming with citrus fruits, and pottery bowls glazed in soft blues and creamy whites sitting on rustic counters. A vintage runner softens the terracotta floor, while linen curtains tied with leather cord sway gently with the breeze. Keep it real, tactile, and beautifully imperfect, because true warmth lives in those flaws. This design isn't about imitation. It's about expressing genuine emotion through texture, material, and space. And don't forget the fragrance. It's the invisible element that completes every beautifully designed kitchen. In a modern farmhouse hacienda kitchen, scent plays as vital a role as color or texture. The gentle aroma of cedarwood cabinets, beeswax candles flickering on stone counters, or the comforting smell of freshly baked bread weaving through the air adds a rich sensory depth that unites the space. Combined with the warmth of terracotta tiles, the glow of brass fixtures, and the texture of distressed wood, these scents create a multisensory harmony that feels personal and alive. That's the secret of timeless design. It's not about perfection, but about creating a space that feels truly lived in and loved. At its heart, the modern farmhouse hacienda kitchen is a living metaphor. It's the story of two worlds intertwining: the rural simplicity of the American countryside and the romantic mystique of Mediterranean villas. It honors tradition while embracing modern comfort. It's nostalgia reimagined, history with new light. And in that intersection, design becomes timeless. As we come to the end of this journey, take a moment to picture your dream kitchen once more. You walk across warm terracotta floors, run your hand along a smooth stone counter, glance upward at wooden beams glowing under soft light. The archway frames a view of the evening sun spilling gold into the room. There's something profoundly comforting about this harmony. Old and new, rustic and refined, practical and poetic. That's the power of design done with intention. It doesn't shout for attention. It whispers a story that feels like home. So when you design your own modern farmhouse hacienda kitchen, remember, you're not just blending styles, you're blending stories. The farmhouse gives you the grounding of simplicity. The hacienda gives you the rhythm of soul. Together, they create a space that celebrates both who you are and where you dream of being. Thank you for joining us on this creative journey. If this vision inspired you, please like this video, subscribe for more home design inspirations, and share your thoughts below. Tell me, which element would you bring into your home first? The beams, the arches, or the stone? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, may your kitchen always feel like a reflection of warmth, creativity, and timeless beauty.